when you have to show up and you got to go through all. Oh, no.
What?
Do they report today? You know, this may be the most entertaining day in all the sport. No, because I love this. This could be the most entertaining day of training camp. The conditioning test. Oh, it's the funniest thing ever to watch some big fatties trying to run a conditioning test. Cut me, Mick. Cut me, Mick. Because you know if you don't pass it, if you don't pass the conditioning test, you got to run it again till you pass it. And you got to go into the protocol. Oh, I love the conditioning test. I once saw a guy carried off in a damn wheelbarrow. The funniest thing I ever seen in my life. Because what happens is when you train in early in the morning in best conditions, and you show up and you come from a place and it's a heat wave. I watched a guy with a full body cramp get carried off in a wheelbarrow. The funniest thing I ever seen in my life. Okay. They had to put his whole body on ice.
Okay.
Oh, this is the greatest day ever.
Okay, whoa. Maybe our next guest can speak to this too. I don't know, because I certainly cannot. Jeff Saturday, ESPN NFL analyst, joining us now on the Goodyear Hotline. Jeff, do you have anything to add to that? I'm out of words.
I love it. Bart is telling the straight truth. I saw many a men carried off in the back of, in the back of on a side by side, like head down, pictures getting just done. They got nothing left. They gave it all on that field, man. They were pushing that last 10 yards, falling across the line. You get turf burns or grass all up in your face, man. He is
you be like, get up, Craig.
Right
get up,
now.
Craig. I've been down before.
Yes. Okay. They're going to give everything they got just to pass that test. Don't nobody want to repeat the conditioning test. Whatever you got, you better leave it out. You'd rather miss a day of practice than have to do that thing again. I can rest assured that thing is misery.
Hey, Jeff, I know he's got a hold on. Let's go to that point. What type of guy were you? Because I was a guy that didn't talk, and I was a guy that if I was supposed to come in at 14, I didn't go. So you had the guys, the young bucks that want to show how great shape they're in. They go too hard, too fast, not understand that it's a marathon, not a sprint. And I was a guy that you look, and you better not talk to me. Were you the hype guy? Come on, we can do it. And I hated those guys. I wanted to smack the taste out of them. Shut up. I'm concentrating.
No hype right here. I just wanted to get mine done. I was one of those guys like you, though, Bart. Like I could run long distance, and so for like conditioning tests for me, I was good. It wasn't the sprint you had to get there. I could make all the times, so I was like you. But no, I ain't no hype guy, dude. The hype guys on conditioning day, everybody wants to take them out. Don't lean down, don't touch your knees. Keep your head up, show your pride. You're like, bro, I'm just trying to get through this thing, dude. Ain't nobody out here playing me right now. I'm just trying to finish my sprints, get back in the house. Let's get this thing over.
Okay, well, that's what it's like today for the Dallas Cowboys. All that to say, and that's what's happening for the Dallas Cowboys today. But we're going to talk about a team that Jeff Saturday did play for, and there's a lot of things going on with them, and that would be the Green Bay Packers, because they report to camp in less than a week. And yesterday, Adam Schefter reported that I almost said Tom Brady, wrong guy. But Aaron Rodgers, turned down a 2-year contract extension, and that basically solidified to us. Obviously, this is not about the money for Aaron Rodgers. And so my question to you is, what is going through his head right now? What is it that he wants? What do you think it is, Jeff?
He wants out. Listen, when you think about the one thing that stayed consistent with Aaron, he hasn't made a lot of comments about everything that's going on. His only thing was, I don't want to play in Green Bay. That was his, I'm frustrated with the front office and I want to move on. So I think from his perspective, he's just trying to find a way to negotiate that point. I think Green Bay has all the leverage still right now, so there's not a whole lot he can do. He's done everything he can do, right? Just don't show up, keep pushing it off. Keep the distractions coming, and as much as being unsettled for that team as you possibly can make it. But his leverage really doesn't start until regular season games are being missed. So when I look at this thing, Aaron wants to find a way to shrink that 3 years to maybe just this year, if he can't get out this year, and then move on. So I think that's the negotiating tactic he's trying to use at this point. But he's never mixed words. That was what he said, and I think he's staying true to that part.
But, Jeff, me and you have been around the block a little bit, and we had our fair share of, high-stakes poker, so to say, when you talk about contract negotiations.
Yeah.
And when people in the average fan hear, 2-year extension, they think, it's a 5-year guaranteed deal. No, that's a way to prorate the money, bring down his initial cap hit so they can sign Devontae Adams. And then also that kind of looks bad on Aaron Rodgers that he's turning down 5-year extension or being under contract for 5 years. But we know they're not giving them 5 years, because how can you give him 5 years and then Jordan Love is going to be done? You're never going to see him play. And he's a first-round draft pick that you moved up for. for him. So, like, I think that's
Right.
like kind of control the narrative and maybe make Aaron Rodgers look like the bad guy, because that's not the case. 2 years is just a way to prorate the money so they can sign Devontae Adams. We not stupid,
Yeah,
Jeff.
hey, yeah. Common sense ain't common. You know what I mean? Like when you start thinking about how the narrative that the Packers have used is genius. What they're really trying to do, and you and I both know this, and they do it in all negotiations. Right? The NFL spin machine is the greatest in the world. They're trying to put pressure from the fans on Aaron Rodgers, right? Like they're trying to flip the script and make everybody think, oh, well, he's been offered to be the highest paid player. You know, he's going to be a prima donna now. You know, it's about this, it's about that. We've all played for people we don't like, and all that is true. But the way they spin it is trying to put all the pressure back on him. But I think, listen, I know Aaron. I played with him for a year. This guy's pretty steadfast in his conviction. So if this is something that he's willing to go, I think he'll continue to push it. I think the only way he plays, Bart, is if they take the extra 2 years off. I think if they take the extra 2 years off, that's a decent compromise, right? I got to go play 17 games, or if it's happened through the regular season, which I think it will, however many games we got left. And you and I both know it's still the best chance for him to win the Super Bowl, not only but for the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. This is their best opportunity to win. So do it now, and then let the final years take care of themselves. I'm out of Green Bay and moving on to somewhere else.
See, but Jeff, that would take tremendous trust, right? Because, you know, those are official, unofficial winks, because they need the extension to sign Devontae Adams, because what they don't want is to say, okay, Aaron, you can come and play 1 year, we'll let you go, and then lose Devontae Adams because he's not signed. Because, you know, if they don't sign him, then now they're stuck next year without any receivers under contract, you know, for next year, which would mean that they're going in total rebuild mode. And if they don't win a championship, it'll be a shame that they had maybe the greatest quarterback, you know, the last 5 to 10 years and only won one championship.
Yeah, and listen, when you think about Devontae Adams, I mean, not just he, but a number of guys on the team, your locker room watches these type of negotiations. You and I both know it. We all know we're not the quarterback, right? Like we understand that portion. There's always going to be differences in the way a quarterback gets treated and the rest of just the normal guys, right? But everybody in that locker room has watched how Mark Murphy's handled this, Gutekunst has handled this. Like everybody's watching and paying attention and saying, hey, man, if I do everything right, what are they going to do? You don't think Devontae Adams hadn't watched that, and he knows Aaron Rodgers not being there will affect his career, right? I mean, he gets the numbers, he gets how good he is as a player right now. He also gets, to your point, what does it really look like? Like Jordan Love better ball out. Like, I mean, the Packers better, that is their saving grace. If Jordan Love plays well and gives Adams that type of that charge and energy, then things will calm down. If he does not, that is a scare fest. And when you think about guys wanting to get out, Devontae Adams, number one, being that probably the best receiver in the game and really the most pressure this year because he's been distracted with Aaron Rodgers. He hasn't had a chance to throw with Aaron and Jordan. He didn't do the OTAs. Like all the stuff for him at his position is a big deal. He really wants to see how this thing plays out for his long-term future.
Ugh, so many question marks in Green Bay. At least they're celebrating in Milwaukee today, I guess, right? They can hold on for that for a little bit. Let's switch gears really quick, Jeff, before we let you